When our service members hang up their uniforms, many people assume that their hardest job is done. We picture them returning home, settling into civilian life, and moving forward with ease. But in reality, many veterans, the transition back into everyday life can be the most difficult experience they have ever faced. Instead of stepping into a world full of opportunities, they often enter a world where their skills are misunderstood, their experience is overshadowed, and their service does not translate the way they had hoped. Veterans come home ready to work. They show up to interviews disciplined, organized, and motivated. They bring years of training, leadership, and responsibility and teamwork. But even with all these strengths, they often hear the same thing. You don't have what we're looking for. You don't really fit the mold, or you don't have enough civilian experience. Comments like these don't just hurt. They create confusion and frustration for veterans who know they are fully capable of performing the job. I understand this challenge personally. Transitioning from the military into civilian life isn't just changing jobs, it's changing identities. It's trying to take years of meaningful service and fit into a resume that a civilian employer can understand. I've witnessed how difficult this process can be, not only for myself, but for other veterans as well. And that's why today I want to address an important question. Should the United States implement stronger veteran focused hiring programs and transition supports policies to improve employment outcome for military veterans? The answer to that, we need to look at a veteran's experience, how we can help, and what the entire country can gain from supporting them. Every year, tens of thousands of veterans leave the military and begin searching for new careers, bringing valuable skills, leadership, crisis management, problem solving, teamwork, discipline, and technical ability. Some manage large teams, some maintain advanced equipment, and others make life or death decisions in stressful environments. Despite all of this, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics show that many veterans still struggle to find work at the level they are qualified for. The biggest reason is that employers often don't understand that military job titles or responsibilities they have had. A civilian hiring manager might not recognize what a squad leader is or a logistics specialist is. And with all these misunderstandings, it can affect more than just pride or competence, it affects survival. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs report that financial instability is a major contributor to veterans' homelessness. Without a stable income, veterans struggle with basic needs like healthcare, housing, and food. Many suffer from stress, depression, or frustration when they feel unable to support themselves or their families after dedicating years to serving their country. Another challenge is the transition process itself. The Congressional Research Service explained that although the military provides transition programs, they don't always personalize or they aren't effective enough. Veterans often leave without a strong resume, without interview practice, without a clear understanding of how their military skills translate into civilian terminology. They are thrown into a competitive job market that speak a whole new language that are often, and too often, they are expected to figure it out alone. But the good news is that the problem isn't a mystery. We already know what works, what doesn't work, and what we can do to make the biggest difference. One of the most effective solutions is expanding veteran focused hiring programs like Hiring Our Heroes, Skill Bridge, and Soldiers for Life, which directly connect veterans with employers who appreciate military experience and service. These programs can translate military skills into civilian friendly language and teach employers and employees how to interpret military background correctly. With these programs, we can help grow and more veterans can gain access to jobs with their strengths and can be recognized and appreciated. Another important solution is expanding access to certification and training programs. Many military roles are extremely similar to civilian jobs, but without official civilian certification, many veterans often have to restart. A military medic who has treated countless emergencies may still need additional civilian credentials to work in healthcare. A military mechanic with years of experience repairing complex systems might need civilian licensing to work in an auto shop. Expanding these certification pathways allow veterans to continue doing what they have already done and excel at without forcing them to redo years of training. Mentorship is another key factor. Veteran to veteran mentorship programs create a support system that many transitioning service members desperately need. You see, having someone who truly understands the challenges of returning to civilian life can make a tremendous difference. Mentors can help veterans build resumes, prepare for interviews, understand workplace culture, and gain confidence. Sometimes one interview with someone who has lived through it can change the direction of a veteran's journey. When these solutions come together, hiring programs, certification, and mentorship, they create a strong foundation which allows veterans to transition successfully rather than struggle through the process alone. Now imagine the benefits of putting these solutions into action. Think of a workplace filled with veterans who bring leadership, discipline, and reliability and problem solving skills. These qualities strengthen companies and improve team performance. Imagine communities with fewer veterans who face homelessness or financial instability because steady employment is accessible. Imagine families gaining stability as veterans reintegrate successfully into civilian life, becoming positive contributors in their workplace and neighborhoods. Veterans possess qualities and skills that can strengthen even communities: dedication, teamwork, resilience, and service. When we invest in their future, we aren't just investing in individuals, we are supporting our society as a whole. So, what can you do to help support? You don't need to be a policymaker or a business owner to make a difference. You can support veteran owned businesses, you can share job opportunities with veterans you know, you can introduce veterans to employers or connect them with people who can help them advance in their career. If you want to take it even further, you can even volunteer with some of the organizations I have listed that help veterans practice interview skills, update their resumes, or adjust to the civilian job market. Even the small gestures like offering feedback or making an introduction can open doors to these veterans who feel stuck. Veterans gave their entire lives to their country. They trained, sacrificed, and protected the freedom we enjoy. The least we can do is ensure they come home to a real opportunity, not roadblocks. Today, we explore the challenges veterans face when entering the civilian workplace, the solutions on how we can help, and the benefits that we gain from supporting them. I'll ask the question again. Should the United States strengthen veteran-focused hiring programs and transition support policies to improve employment outcome for military veterans? The answer is yes, and each of us has the power to make that a reality. Together, we can ensure that when veterans come home, they aren't left behind. They are lifted into a new chapter filled with respect, opportunity, and hope. Thank you so much.